Peace fam, what is going on? It is of course your friend Ben, back with another yoga practice. Today's going to be more of a level 3-ish practice. All I mean when I say that is that this is geared at more experienced practitioners, or it provides a higher level of advanced physical asana practice, whatever that means, right? You could do this if you're an experienced practitioner. You could do this if you're a beginner. If you're a beginner, just expect to kind of take a little bit more time to kind of figure things out, as I'll be doing a little bit less explaining and a little bit more cueing between the postures and the transitions. So just get ready to challenge yourself a little bit, but we'll have fun. We'll keep it nice and mellow, open-minded. You know, I'm a chill guy. We'll keep it relaxed even as we heat it up a little bit. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. Downward facing dog. As you get into your downward facing dog, just kind of tune into your practice. Feel the lines of energy being created. Feel your breath deepening. Come into the moment. Also, if you use this moment to put on any music, if you want some music in the background, pause the video, throw it on. Right, set your energy, set a candle, make sure you got water nearby, set up your space. Make this a special thing that you get to do. All right, from down dog, go ahead and reach the right leg to the sky, 3-limb down dog. Step all the way through. Actually, right foot comes outside of the right hand, matter of fact. So right foot steps outside of the right hand. Then start to lean forward and step the left foot outside of your left hand and sink into a malasana squat and reach the arms forward. Take an inhale. On your exhale, stand up and bring your hands to your heart. On the inhale, reach the hands up. On the exhale, sink down into your malasana squat, hands to heart center. Inhale, both hands to the ground. Exhale, step left foot back, then right foot back, plank pose. From plank pose, side plank on your left hand, meaning the right hand lifts up to the sky. Option to add wild things, step the right foot behind you. Bridge the hips up, inhale. On the exhale, both hands to the mat. Lower to chaturanga, and then to upward facing dog, breath in. Downward facing dog, breath out. Left leg up, 3-legged dog. Left foot steps outside of your left hand. Lean out, maybe rise to your fingertips. Then step right foot outside of right hand. Sink the hips low. Malasana squat with arms reaching forward. Inhale. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Stand up. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, sink down all the way to malasana squat. Inhale, hands to the ground. Exhale, right foot back, then left for plank. Side plank on your right hand. Make it a wild thing if you like. Inhale here. Exhale, bring your left hand down, plank into chaturanga. Into upward facing dog. Move with ease, move with steadiness. Try not to fling ourselves around. Down dog when you're ready. Right leg up, 3-legged dog. Step right foot outside of right hand. Step left foot outside of left hand. Malasana. Reach the arms forward. Inhale. Exhale, stand, bring your hands to heart. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands to heart for malasana. Sink down. Inhale, hands touch the ground. Exhale, left foot back, then right for plank. Side plank or wild thing, right hand lifts to the sky. Plank pose, come through center. To chaturanga. To upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. If this stuff feels familiar, there's a little inspiration being taken from the folks at Awakening Yoga Academy. Good folks, good teachers. I've done a lot of classes and some training with them. All right, left leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. Left foot steps outside of left hand. Lean forward, right foot steps outside of right hand. Reach the arms forward, sink low, squat. Inhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, sink down, malasana, hands to heart. Inhale, hands to the ground. Exhale, step right foot back, then left for plank. Shift to your side plank. Step the left leg behind you. Side plank, inhale. Exhale, come back through center. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. All right, let's start to shift and add on a little bit. So right leg to the sky, 3-limb down dog. Step right foot outside of your right hand. Start to lean forward. Lift the right arm, thread your left leg through, and then extend it. Kick it to the top of the mat. Then bring it back underneath, thread it underneath you, and then rise up for a high crescent lunge. So you have to adjust your foot stance to rise up for your high crescent lunge. As you come to high crescent lunge, hands to heart center, lean out, Shiva squat. Tap your left knee to your right calf muscle, and then warrior three. Open, blossom, and then open to half moon. All right, I know that was a whole lot right there. That was a whole lot. That might have felt like a lot on the hips. We'll get it down over time. All right, step back, warrior two, into reverse warrior. Pause there. If you want, go for the half bind as I'm kind of displaying with your left arm wrapping behind your low back. Triangle pose. Now extend, reach out, Trikonasana. We're going to be mixing up the pace. So sometimes tonight or I don't know what time of day it is. For me, it's nighttime. You might be moving fast, you might be moving slow. We're going to kind of mix and match them. All right, from here, take Wild Thing as you bring your left hand to the mat and step the right foot behind you for Wild Thing. And then option to make it more of a flip dog or kind of reverse tabletop by bending your left leg as well. All right, from here, close it off. All right, listen and look carefully. Start to shift forward. Pull your right knee into the chest. Bring your right hand down. Keep pulling the right knee into the chest. And then twist it over toward your left arm. Extend your right leg out to the side. Fallen triangle. Bridge the hips up. Sit the hips down toward your right wrist. Wide-legged, seated fold. Fold between your legs. Take a couple breaths here. Start to lift up. Right hand comes back to where it came from. Fallen triangle. Lift the hips to the sky. Left hand to the sky. Bring your left hand down to the mat as well. And then pull your right knee into the chest. 3-limb down dog, right leg to the sky. From here, swoop forward into a one-legged chaturanga. Keep your right leg floating. And then lift up dog. Back to your down dog. Left leg up, 3-limb down dog. Step left foot outside of left hand. Lift your left hand up, thread your right leg in between that gap, extend it, and then step it back behind you, high crescent lunge. You'll have to adjust the positioning of your left foot to make sure you're nice and square. And from here, warrior three. Bring your hands to heart, lean out, and then tap right knee, left calf muscle, Shiva squat. Extend back out to warrior three, and then open to half moon. Feel the opening in the hips. Hopefully that wasn't too bad. Step back, warrior two, into your reverse warrior. Open and extend. Stay here. This is usually a transitionary posture in many vinyasa practices, but we're going to hold it. And then triangle pose. Open and extend and reach into the triangle. Head to Wild Thing by bringing your right hand to the ground and then stepping your left foot over and behind you. And if you want to make it more of a flip dog or a reverse table, whatever you kind of want to call that variation, by bending your right knee. All right. Come back through center by bringing your left hand down and pulling your left knee into the chest, then twisting left knee over to right elbow, and then extend your leg, fallen triangle by lifting the right arm up and bridging the hips up. Inhale here. On the exhale, sit down, hips lower toward left wrist, and then we're in wide-legged fold. Fold. Enjoy it. Breathe for a moment. Start to lift up. Place left hand at the top of the mat. Bridge the hips up as the right arm lifts, and then bring the right hand to the mat. Pull the left knee back into the chest. 3-limb down dog. Lift. Scoop forward into chaturanga. Try to keep your left leg floating. Right into up dog. And then back to down dog. From down dog, right leg up. 3-limb down dog. Step right foot outside of right hand. Thread your left leg through the gap. And then step your left foot back. High crescent lunge. Adjust your feet. Hands up to the sky. Bring your hands to heart. Warrior three. Bring left knee in for Shiva squat. And then extend out warrior three right into half moon. Open the hips. Step back, warrior two into reverse warrior. Pause there, breathe. Triangle pose. Open. Wild Thing, left hand to the ground, right foot steps back. Find your variation that feels good. And then close it off. We're headed to the fallen triangle, so we'll pull the right knee in, twist right knee to left elbow, extend the leg, and then bridge the hips up. Sit down to wide-legged forward fold, hips down toward the wrist, and then fold between your legs. Lift up, place your right hand on the ground, place your left hand down when you're ready, and then pull the right knee into the chest. 3-limb down dog. And then this time, step the right foot about halfway up the mat, rise into a warrior 3. From warrior 3, head to a figure 4 squat, pulling left knee in, crossing left ankle over right knee, and sinking low into it. Sometimes I like to even kind of hook my left leg, cradle it with my arms here. Just feels good on the hips while I challenge myself with the squat. You could also reach hands down toward the mat. All right, from here, start to lift up chair pose. Both feet down, keep a bend in the knees. From chair pose, place your hands down for Bakasana, crow pose. Lift your knees onto your triceps, arm balance. If you want a little more in your crow pose, try holding your knees between your arms. I'm going to try it. We'll see. I haven't tried this in a while. Then try to stay floating for 3, for 2. Forward fold on 1. Drop your toes down, and then fold over both of your legs. Deep fold. From here, roll up to standing. Reach your hands up, inhale. Hands to your heart, exhale. Bring your left knee into the chest. Grab a hold of your big toe with your peace sign fingers and extend your left leg forward. Right arm to the sky. Breathe here. And then keep your foot where it is. Release both arms to the sky. Keep your leg there for 3, 2, 1. Half moon on 3, 2, 1. Open left leg back for half moon. From half moon, Shiva squat. Pull the left knee in to tap right calf muscle. And then sit down all the way, Gomukhasana, as left shin lowers to the mat. Reach the hands up, inhale. Twist to your right, exhale. Reach your hands up, inhale. Fold forward over your legs, exhale. Start to lift up, shift forward, Shiva squat. Use your hands to help you if you want, and then step back to down dog. That was a journey. All right, left leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. Step left foot outside of left hand. Shift forward, thread right leg under or between the gap. Step right leg back, high crescent lunge, hands up. Warrior 3, begin to shift forward. Bring right knee in for Shiva squat. Open up for Warrior 3 into half moon. Step back to Warrior 2. Reverse the warrior. Triangle pose, open. Wild thing, bring right hand to the ground and then open. As you step left foot behind you, take the variation that suits you. And then we're headed to fallen triangle. Left knee pulls in. We twist it over to the right elbow, and then we extend the leg. Rise up, fallen triangle. Into wide-legged seated fold. Lower your hips and fold between your legs. I can't help but let out a sigh in that pose. I love wide-legged seated fold. Bring the hand down. Bring both hands down. Pull left knee into the chest. 3-limb down dog. Then pull the left knee in again. Step left foot halfway up the mat. Rise into Warrior 3. From Warrior 3, pull your right knee in and cross the right ankle over Figure 4. Fold into it if you would like. Breathe for a moment. Chair pose, both feet down, hands up. And then hands down for Bakasana, crow pose, with the option to float your knees middle for 3, 2, forward fold on 1. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands to heart. Bring the right knee in, big toe hold with the right leg extended. Left hand to the sky. Let go of your toes, but keep the foot there for 3, 2, On one, start to extend back toward half moon. Quite a lovely transition once it kind of feels familiar in the body, once you've gotten a little bit of muscle memory with that. Bring the right knee in to tap left calf muscle once again for Shiva squat. Sink all the way down, Gomukhasana in the legs. Reach your hands up, inhale. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold over both legs. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, reach forward. Shiva squat, rise onto your left leg. And then step back to down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right leg steps outside of your hand. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, thread the left leg under. Inhale, step back, high crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to heart, lean out, warrior three. From warrior three, we'll bring the left knee in to tap the right calf muscle. And then we'll open out to half moon pose. From half moon pose, step back, warrior two, reverse the warrior. Triangle pose, open and extend. Left hand to the ground, wild thing as the right foot steps back. Bridge the hips up. And then bring the right knee in, fallen triangle, pull it in, twist over to your left, extend the leg, bridge hips up. And then sink hips down, forward fold, over, or between the legs rather. Lift back up, place your right hand to the top of the mat, lift up, and then place your left hand down as well. Right leg to the sky, three limb down dog, step the right foot middle of the mat. Rise into warrior three, and then pull your knee in for figure four. Cross the left ankle over, fold forward. Any variation. I'm taking this interesting variation where I kind of just found today, where I take my left leg cradled in my right arm, kind of my foot into my elbow ditch, and then left hand reaches to the floor to emphasize the fold. It's because the stretch feels good to me right now. All right, both feet to the ground, chair pose. And then hold your chair pose or take crow. If you're taking crow, you have the option this time, single-legged crow, by reaching your right leg to the sky. And then from here, forward fold, pull the right leg in. Step it in, both feet down, forward fold. Hands up to the sky, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Left knee lifts, big toe hold, left leg extends. Right arm up. Pull the left shoulder back if it's creeping too much forward. And then open to half moon as we release the foot to open behind us. Bring the left knee in for a Shiva squat, turn, twist, squat all the way down. Gomukhasana as we sit, hands up on the inhale. Twist to your right, exhale. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, down dog. So bring your hands down, unravel your legs, and just step back. Left leg up, three-legged dog. Left foot outside of left hand. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, thread the right leg under. Inhale, high crescent, step back, and then rise up. Exhale, warrior three, start to lean forward. From warrior three, Shiva squat, tap the right knee in, and then blossom open for half moon. Step back to warrior two, and then reverse your warrior. Triangle pose, reach out and extend. Bring your right hand to the earth, wild thing, or any other similar posture. And then bring the right knee again into the chest, then twist it to your right armpit. Open to fallen triangle. Sit the hips down and fold between your legs. Sorry if some of the cues aren't on point, to be honest. I'm working myself pretty hard here, so I'm just trying to keep up with my own breathing, to be honest. I appreciate y'all sticking along. Let's bring left hand down to the front of the mat, right hand down. Pull left knee into the chest, three limb down dog, left leg up. Step into the middle of your mat, rise into warrior three. Pull the right knee in for figure four squat, and we have a couple moments here to fold into it. I love this variation because we're building strength as we open and stretch. Such a great combination. It can feel challenging, but it's quite rewarding. All right, both feet down for chair. Then option for crow pose, Bakhasana. Hands down, lift. And if you want, you can lift your left foot for Ekapada Bakhasana, one-legged crow. And then pull your left foot back in, forward, fold. Lift both hands to the sky. Bring both hands to your heart. Lift up through your right knee. Big toe hold, right leg extends. Pull the right side of your body back to square it off, and then breathe. Push your toe into your fingers. And then gently release, swing it back for half moon. Shiva squat, tap your right knee in and then squat down, sit down, Gomukhasana in the legs, hands up, inhale. Twist left, exhale. Hands up, inhale. Exhale, hands down for down dog. Unravel the legs, step back. Right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Right foot steps outside of right hand. Left leg threads under, and then it extends through. Left leg steps back, high crescent lunge, hands up, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center, warrior three. From warrior three, bring left knee into tap right calf muscle, and then blossom open half moon. Step back to warrior two, and then reverse your warrior. Triangle pose, open and extend. From triangle, left hand to the ground, wild thing. From wild thing, head to fallen triangle as the right knee pulls in, twists, and then extends. Sit down into it, hands up, inhale. Exhale, wide-legged, forward fold. Stay here. Slow down for a quick moment. And then come to the top of your mat. Right knee into the chest, three-legged dog. Step right foot, middle of the mat. Warrior three, into figure four squat. Slow down again here. Chair pose. And then hands to the mat. Bakasana or handstand. Give it a couple hops if you want. Give yourself a moment to play with any arm balance. Forward fold when you're ready. Gorilla pose, Padahastasana. Slide the palms under your hands. Bend your knees if you need. Make sure they get all the way under, but keep most of the weight in your heels so that you're not crunching your wrists. You're just stretching the wrists. We're not putting all our weight into there. We use what we've done so far to have awareness, to bring the weight backwards in our feet and just intentionally rock forward just as much as it feels good. Take a few more breaths here. Give yourself permission to slow down. An advanced practice is not just physically demanding, it's also mindful. It also becomes a meditation because, yes, we're aware of the body, but we're also aware of the breath. And then with time, we also become aware of the mind. Maybe even aware of some sort of soul or spirit, whatever you might consider to be somewhat of a deeper presence or a higher power. All right, release the hands. Rise to stand. Whew, that fold felt good to me. Hands up, inhale. Hands to your heart, exhale. Left leg in for big toe hold. Right arm up. Swing open for half moon. From half moon, Shiva squat. Listen carefully. Stay in the Shiva squat and then step your left foot back. Come into a pistol squat as the right leg extends forward. From your pistol squat, lift up and then tap your right knee down behind you. Shrimp squat. And then lift up and extend forward, pistol squat. And then shift forward, place your hands down and lift your right leg to the sky for three-limbed down dog. And then open the hip and then return to down dog. Left leg up, three-limbed down dog. Step left foot outside of left hand, last round here. Thread the right leg under and through. And then step the right leg back, high crescent, hands up, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart, lean yourself out. Tap the right knee in for Shiva squat, and then rotate open, half moon. Step back, warrior two, reverse your warrior. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Right hand to the mat, step around and back, wild thing, and then extend back through, extend your left leg, rise up, wide-legged fold, exhale down. Start to lift up, place your left hand down, place your right hand down. Pull left knee into the chest, three-limbed down dog. Step to the middle of your mat, rise into warrior three. From warrior three, figure four, squat. Cross the right ankle over, fold. Both feet down to the ground, chair. Into handstand or crow pose. Interestingly enough, handstand in Sanskrit is called Adho Mukha Vrikshasana, which I believe means inverted tree pose. Kind of cool. Lower down. Forward fold. Gorilla pose Padahastasana. Slide the palms underneath. Let this be a compliment to all the weight bearing we've done on our wrists and our hands. Again, if this feels stressful, it's probably because you're putting too much weight and pressure on the wrists. So see if you can still do it, but straighten the legs maybe, or just push your hips back in space, and that'll bring weight onto the heels. This pose also becomes way more enjoyable when the backs of the legs are really open, because then you can fold deeply and start to stretch your back body. Stretch the back body. Feel the space between the shoulder blades. Feel length from the waist to the crown of the head. Then release your hands and come up to standing. Reach your arms up. And then bring your hands to your heart. Right knee pulls in. Big toe hold with your right leg extending, left arm up. And then thread it back, half moon pose. From half moon, pull your right knee in to tap rather. Good. And as you tap the right knee in, go ahead and step back. Down dog. Breathe here. Slow down for a moment. From half moon, pull the right knee in, Shiva squat, tap the knee, listen carefully, stamp the right toes back behind you, and then start to shift back for your pistol position. I'm going to use my hands on this round because this is my weak side. Start to lift up, and then tap the left knee back behind you, shrimp squat. Sit back, pistol position, and then start to shift forward. Pistol position facing forward as left leg extends through. Then bring your hands down just a step back. 3-limb down dog, left foot to the sky. Open through the hips as you bend the knee. And then come back downward facing dog. What a journey we're on today. What a journey we've been on. All right, from here, roll into a plank. Hold your plank for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. If you want to add on some mountain climbers or some dynamic movement or something, don't be afraid to. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, come to the belly. Rise up for locust pose. Hold your locust pose with an optional bind behind your back for 20. 19. I know it's kind of an insane pose to hold for that long, but we're here and we're doing it. 15. 14. 13. 12. 11. 10. Stay there or take bow pose for 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Plank on 1. Rise up. Downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, bring your knees down and then sit on your shins. Sit up as tall as you can. Deep breath in. Inhale more. Pause at the top. Exhale. Breathe in. Inhale more. Pause. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe in more. Pause. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe in more. Pause at the very top. Feel the expansion in your lungs. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale more. Pause. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale more. Pause. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Inhale more. Pause. Exhale. Okay, from here, take any arm balance that you'd like. I'm going to go for a handstand try. You could go with me, or you could take crow pose, or you could take any other arm balance, or you could take a forward fold or something seated. Take something mellow, grab a sip of water. Really, you can do whatever in the world that you want. And that right there is a beautiful thing to always remember. Come down when you're ready. And then as you come down, sit down and extend your legs out in front of you. As the legs extend out in front of you, it's time to get the core involved a little bit. All right, so open into a boat pose and then do some twists side to side from your Navasana boat pose. Keep going. I'll tell you when you're done. Just focus on your breathing, focus on the movement. Take a break if you need, otherwise keep going. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, on one crow pose or handstand. Or take a break. All right, come down when you're ready, boat pose. And then let's start going high boat to low boat. And just keep going. And what I noticed on that handstand try, you would notice it in crow pose as well, is the arms were just resting for a little bit in the core work. But since the core was tired and the legs were working as well, it made it really hard. And it was a great reminder to me how much the legs and the core are involved in arm balancing. I think it's a misconception that it's all about the arms and the shoulders, but really, I would say the core and the legs take the majority of the credit when we really are activating as we should to reach our highest physical potential. All right, one more time, crow pose or handstand. Go ahead and get it. I'm gonna take a crow pose this time. Lower down. Come onto your back. This time extend or not onto your back, come onto your seat. Extend your legs forward. Paschimottanasana, forward fold. Deep breaths. If you want, you can bring your hands around your legs or your ankles. Start to sit up, reverse tabletop. Bend your knees rather. Plant your feet down, bridge your hips up. You can really do this with your fingers facing forward or back. I tend to do both, but normally I'll have fingertips out to the side personally. That's somewhat of a middle ground. All right, lower the hips down toward the earth. And this time we will lay onto our backs for bridge pose. As you lower down, bring the feet in toward your hips. And then go ahead and bridge your hips up toward the sky. Optional bind. Or just keep fingertips reaching toward the backs of your ankles. Lower down. As you lower down, Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees wide. Bring arms overhead with a bend in your elbows. Soften for a moment. Bring your knees in, twist to your left. Legs go left. Right arm opens. Switch. Come through center, twist legs to the right. Back through center. Lay down for your Savasana. Slow down the breath, close the eyes. Rest the entire body. After all that effort, notice what it even feels like to lay on the ground, release effort completely, release control completely, and just to exist in this space. Nothing else being required or asked of you, besides to continue breathing. My friends, this is where I will leave you, and you can make the decision to continue on your Shavasana, or you can slowly begin to make your way back up to your seated position and then proceed on your journey from there. All right. Thank you so much for joining me on this very wild ride of a practice, if you will. It was a good time, and I'm glad we got to end on a very calm, restorative note. Until I meet you again on or off your mat, much love and much peace to you and yours. And I'm sending you nothing but love. And yeah, have a blessed day. Peace.